Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Jordan and welcome to JC's Anime Reviews, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Angels of Death. But real quick, just in case any of you guys missed it, I decided that for the rest of the month of October, in celebration of Halloween, I'm going to be reviewing horror anime. And there are links in the description to the first two horror anime I reviewed if you want to go check those out. Okay, so now let's get into talking about Angels of Death, which is the third horror anime I've reviewed so far. So let's go. Angels of Death follows Rachel Gardner, who wakes up in the basement of a building. She has no idea how or why she's there. Then suddenly an elevator opens, and with it seemingly being the only exit, she gets in it, and it takes her up one floor. There, she stumbles across a bandaged murderer named Zach, who tries to kill her, but she manages to escape, finding another elevator and going up to the next floor. On this floor, she runs into a seemingly normal doctor, but he turns out to be another murderer, and he tries to kill her. But before he can, Zach from the previous floor shows up and stops him. After this happens, it seems like Rachel remembers something, and she then asks Zach to please kill her. Zach then tells her that he's trying to escape and promises that if she helps him escape, he'll kill her once they escape. Rachel and Zach then set out to ascend through the building floor by floor until they escape. However, as they progress upwards, they meet more twisted people, and all of them seem familiar with Rachel. What is her connection to the building, and why was she placed in it? Facing a new boss on each floor, can Rachel and Zach both achieve their wishes? So this anime was interesting. It has an interesting plot and does some cool things with its setting, but it's hard to care about the motivations each character have. Mostly the motivations Zach and Rachel have for escaping. First off, let's talk about Rachel. Her whole motivation for escaping is to just be killed by Zach, so it makes it hard for you to root for her to escape. Like, for example, take an anime like The Promised Neverland, which follows these kids who are trying to escape an orphanage. Now, I won't say why they're trying to escape because it's an amazing anime and I don't want to spoil anything for you in case you haven't seen it. Also, I'll most likely do a review for that some point in the future, so make sure you're subscribed for whenever I do a Promised Neverland review. Anyways, going back to the example I was giving, so The Promised Neverland follows a girl named Emma who's trying to escape this orphanage. Now, imagine if she wanted to escape, but the only reason she wanted to escape was so that she could then die. I'd bet you probably wouldn't care about the characters if their only reason for getting out of this place is to die. And that's what it's like with Rachel. She's trying to escape, and on each floor there's a new person trying to kill her, and she tries not to be killed by them so then she can then escape and then be killed by Zach. So it makes it really hard to care about her and want her to escape if the only reason she wants to escape is so that she can die. It doesn't really make sense. She's trying not to die so then she can then go and die. I don't know, it just makes it really hard to care about her or root for her to escape, and I feel like maybe if she had more of a motivation it would have been a lot better and she would have been a much better character. That's actually one of the few problems that I have with her. If she had more motivation, I think the show could have been a lot better, or if maybe somewhere down the line she had a change of heart or something like that and learned a lesson, maybe that would have been better, but she doesn't. She just wants to escape to die the entire time, and it was really hard to care about her. And then you have Zach, who's a serial killer who likes killing people, so it's hard to care about him since he's a murderer, and it's not like he has any reason for killing someone. It's not like he only kills bad people, or he has a specific reason for killing them, who's the guy? There's a bad guy in My Hero Academia in one of the seasons. I completely forgot it. Stain, I think was his name. He was killing people for a reason, and you kind of understand that with him. But with Zach, he just likes killing people, and that's it. So for Zach, it's not so much that his motivation kind of sucks. It's just that he's a murderer and he's a bad person, so it's kind of hard to care about him or want to see him really escape. And we do get a flashback showing that Zach's life kind of sucked as a kid, and that has to do with him becoming a murderer. I won't spoil it just in case you want to watch it. But even though we do get an idea of why he became it, and it kind of makes sense, I mean, especially in the situation he was in, it made sense, but it's still hard to care about him because he just goes around killing people. And if he had started to change or maybe try to redeem himself for murdering all these people, then maybe I would have cared about him more and it would have been easier to root for him or want him to escape. But by the end of it, he's still just a dude who likes killing people, so it's just hard to care about him, and you don't necessarily want to see him escape. Almost, it's weird, you don't really want these people to escape because Rachel wants to die and then Zach is just a murderer. So it's really hard to root for them, and it was just kind of hard to watch it when it's like that, or care about the characters when it's like that. Even though the characters weren't all that great and their motivations weren't great either, this anime does do a lot of cool things with each floor that they have to go through. And what mostly kept me interested in the show was seeing what would happen on a new floor and the mystery of this building and like why it's like this and how it's like this. That's what really kept me watching, and I just really wanted to know more. And there's one part that was actually really fun to watch. So there's one floor that they get to where there's a girl who makes them go through all these deadly puzzles, like a puzzle where if like they don't solve it, they're gonna die in order to reach her. And that was actually really fun to watch. Like one of the puzzles, they're trapped in a room that's slowly filling with poison gas, and there's only one gas mask in there, so they have to choose who gets to wear the gas mask. And the girl tells them that if they don't escape within a certain amount of time, an even deadlier gas will be released in there, and it doesn't matter if you're wearing the gas mask, you're gonna die no matter what. And they have to try to solve the puzzle before the gas fills in and kills them. And that was really fun, and I thought that they did a really good job with that, and that was actually kind of exciting to watch. And this is what Dead Man Wonderland should have done. And in case you don't know what Dead Man Wonderland is, it's essentially an anime about a boy who gets framed for murder, and then he's sent to a prison amusement park called Dead Man Wonderland. And that was actually the first horror anime I reviewed, so if you want to check that out, there's links in the description to that video. But in that video, I mentioned that one of the problems I had with Dead Man Wonderland was that they didn't have enough fun with the carnival games. There was one like an obstacle course where they have to rush through and there's all these traps that they have to dodge and have to try to survive it, but Dead Man Wonderland doesn't really do too much with that. They just have the one at the beginning and then they never do another game or amusement park thing, and if they did and had fun with it, that would have been a lot better. So in this, they actually have fun with the different like puzzles and stuff and games, and that was actually really entertaining, and Dead Man Wonderland should have done that. Also, each floor boss, is what we'll call them, has a different way of doing things. So even though a lot of the floors revolve around them solving some sort of puzzle or puzzles, the floor boss is unique enough that it makes it not feel super repetitive, which I really liked about that. And for me, the puzzles is what really saved this anime. Also, the mystery of the building, kinda. So the puzzles is what really saved it for me. I thought that the puzzles were really fun and I really enjoyed it. Also, what kept me watching was wanting to find out more about the building, like why is it here, why is it like this? And then towards the end, we don't really find out why, or there's not like a clear answer. There's sort of like an answer, but it doesn't make sense. I feel like I needed more and needed to know how this building was built, like what went into building this and all that stuff. So at the end, we still don't really know anything about it. And also the ending was okay. I'm not the biggest fan of the ending. It was all right. So it was definitely kind of disappointing that even though I was super interested in what was up with this building, they don't really explain it too well. So that kind of sucked. So I'm going to give Angels of Death a C. Honestly, out of all the horror anime I've reviewed so far, this one's probably my favorite. So if you want to see like an anime with an interesting plot and they do some interesting stuff with like the traps and stuff like that, and it's just kind of like an entertaining anime, then maybe check this one out. The characters aren't the best, but if you just kind of want to watch this and just be entertained by all the traps and stuff that they have to go through, then maybe you'll like it. I thought that part was really interesting about it, and I actually really like that about it. Also, one thing I found out about this anime when I was doing some research is that it's based off of a video game that was made using an RPG maker. And what I find interesting about this is the last video we reviewed Corpse Party, which was a horror anime or OVA that was based off of a video game, and the original Corpse Party video game was actually made with an RPG maker. I never said that in the video because I didn't really do too much research on it until afterwards, but I thought that was kind of funny. The last one we did was a horror anime based off of a video game that was made using an RPG maker, just like this. I thought that's kind of cool. Also, the video game is on Steam, so let me know if you want to see a review for the Angels of Death video game. It probably won't be anytime soon if I do it. I'll do it eventually. I still want to do a Corpse Party game review because someone actually commented on the last video about Corpse Party game and said that I should try it out and said that it's actually fun. So I'll probably do that too. Maybe we'll do both game reviews probably roughly around the same time, but it may not be for a while because I still have to finish all the horror anime reviews. This month's almost over. I don't know how many more we'll do, but I'm going to try to do as many as I can. And I also have to work on my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 review because it's been 2 months since I did Part 3, and at the end of Part 3 I said hopefully Part 4 will be coming soon. Yeah, it hasn't come yet, so I'm going to have to work on that soon too, and I definitely want to do that. I really want to do more JoJo reviews, review all the parts, so I'm going to be kind of busy trying to do that stuff, finishing this, and then maybe eventually I'll do the Angels of Death video game review if you want to see that, and the Corpse Party video game review. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, hitting the like button and subscribing would help me out a lot, and I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time with another horror anime review. Okay, bye.